live at Jambian Talent Gttv. Good afternoon, viewers. You're watching live at Jambian Talent Gttv. We are back at GTT once again. Our sport talk show is back with you. I'm your host once again, Kausu Dafe. I'm here together with two guests here. Any moment from now, I will hand over the mic to them for them to introduce themselves for us to be in our normal show as usual. Thank you and keep watching. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kausu. I am Yayaba, and I'm happy to be here to talk about your sport talks, which happen every Monday, and I'm delighted to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Ba. That's Yayaba. My honorable boss is here sitting beside my left side. Mr., can you please tell us who you are, please?
Yes, good afternoon to our wonderful viewers. I am Adam Makasuba. I'm invited to be part of this panel and then with my good people, Council and Yaya.
Thank you very much, Mr. Makasuba. That's my honorable boss. Without wasting time, we can just enter in the program where we will be dealing on the players based in the Gambia here and abroad, and the players currently signing in both the national and internationally. From the beginning, the Gambian footballers are making headlines across Europe, from Ukraine to the Premier League, and even the Turks of Algeria. Let's begin with a dub performance in Eastern Europe. Former Hawks and Gambian international Alaji Wali made his official debut for various Raven in Ukrainian Premier League on Saturday. Despite a narrow 1-0 defeat to Dynamo Kiev, Wali put a solid performance during his 23rd minute on the pitch, recording 100% passes accuracy, winning 2 duels, making a key tackle and blocking a slot. Mr. Makasuba, Alaji Wali, a former Hawks player, is making waves. Just recently, he joined the Ukrainian side, and his debut is promising. What is your say on that?
Yeah, his performance shows that Gambian football is now growing, not only inside the country here, but even outside. Gambians outside, they are making headway. And people like Wali, I think he once played for the under-20.
Yeah, he represented the under-20.
Yes.
The both sides, I can say, both categories. He represented the national under-20, the under-23 Chan team, and even the national senior squad. Just recently, not long ago, he represented the senior squad. That was his first cap of the national team.
So yeah, with Wali's performance, I'm not surprised because looking back in the days when he used to play here in the local leagues, you can see the hunger in him because he's somebody who has that stamina. He's always there for his team. He's not like those kind of players who are a bit of lack of energy. Wali's always energetic in the pitch. Wherever he's there, he gives all what he can. So with his new performance at his club, it is not a surprise to me that the more he tries to show his talents outside, he can make a headway.
Yeah, he can make a headway, and the more he showcases his talent in Europe, especially in Ukraine, because we all know that Ukraine is not a small nation as far as football is concerned. And Mr. Ba, Alaji Wali, former Hawks player, and he was a very instrumental player in the Hawks team, making a wave in the National League, scoring a bunch of goals before moving to Ukraine. Like, what is your say with regards to Alaji Wali's scoring form and current club?
Thank you very much, Mr. Dafe. I'm not surprised, like what my boss just said. Gary is somebody that I love watching. Gary has stamina, he's skillful, and he deserves to be where he is today. Because looking at his record lately, Gary is somebody who is very hungry. Looking at Hawks, Gary is somebody who always fight. He's a fighter. So, and I believe right now Gambian football is growing. These are things that we love to see. That's my little take on him for now.
And Kausu, one thing also, like seeing our young boys outside doing efforts will give us some hope that one day we can have a better squad. Though we have better squad, but we need competitors. At least, we have a lot of footballers
Players here in the country. Yeah.
But the more they play in competition outside, we can have hope and we can have hope that these boys can represent their home countries in the future. because we need players who are playing in and out in their club
Consistently, yeah.
But we don't need like what used to be before.
Yeah.
Like you go and call a player who
is not
playing,
having a playing time
who is
in
only
their
on the bench.
clubs, yeah.
But we need a player who are always
And
regular in their club.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And looking at our this current squad right now, unlike before, we used to have players that were not having clubs. But looking at this national squad right now, we have a bunch of players playing international football. So that helps us a lot. And I think I'm in support of that too.
Yeah, currently our players, thank God, I can say most of our players are regular in their teams, in their clubs rather. Players like Alaji Wali we are mentioning here, he was a very consistent player in the Hawks team. Together with Hamza Bari and the other players, they were all consistent. So what was happening before, I don't think it will repeat again. Players will be in their clubs. They will not have much playing time. They will only play in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, last 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and they will be called up to their to the national team. In the end, it will disturb the team, whilst it will disturb the other players also. So obviously, those are things that they are not part of football. So currently, the players we are having, most of the players are very regular in their clubs. It will help the national team, and it will help the players themselves as far as the encouragements are concerned. Yeah, we move on to the other aspect, which is our Gambian sensational Yankuba Minte. We all witnessed his first preseason game against Southampton. Yeah, Yankuba Minte in England, he made an instant impression for Brighton, scoring twice in a preseason friendly against Southampton. He opened the scoring with a crowing effort in the 25 minutes before doubling Brighton's lead with another compose, finished midway through the second half. Southampton, however, responded with quick goals from Robinson and Armstrong to draw the game 2-2. Yankuba Minte, always consistent.
Yeah, that boy, Yankuba Minte, is somebody who is talented. He's gifted. That's what I can even say. He's that young boy who is gifted in football because he has the stamina and then he has the skill on the ball. Anytime he's playing, you can see the talent in him. And with his current state of football, we can say that, okay, we might see a Gambian Messi in the future. Despite people have given him that name, but with the future, we can hope that one day he can win even the African best.
Exactly,
player,
yeah.
And then even be part of the people who will contest for the Ballon d'Or.
The most interested thing is Yankuba Minte. He's making waves, and most of us we thought that Minte will come and lose his position in Brighton squad. As far as we have Simon Adingra solely match in that Brighton team. But so fortunate, it's because of Yankuba Minte, I can say it. Simon Adingra left the club currently. He is playing at the Southampton team. Yankuba Minte is always consistent in his club. Mr. Ba, how do you see Yankuba Minte's style of football as far as the Brighton and the Gambian team is concerned?
Well, I'm not surprised by Minte's performance lately because getting the number 11 start will serve as a huge motivation for him. And I think this will strive him more. Like in England, you have to be consistent. And Minte have shown that during the Premier League. Minte is someone whom you know that he's a fighter. Because even looking at his track back defensive score, just recently I was watching the highlights of him. I was like, wow, is Minte a fullback or a forward player? Because he shows that he always shows that hunger and stamina in him. So, and I think he just deserves this number 11 start, and let's expect more goals from Minte this season. Sure.
The most surprising thing is Minte overcome African youngest best player, who is Simon Adingra. Currently, he is out of the Brighton squad because of Yankuba. He is playing the same position with Yankuba Minte. Yeah. How do you see that?
Yeah, it is a competition, and in competition also you go for the best, and that's what the club did. You understand?
Yeah.
They went for the best, and then the best was Yankuba Minte. Yeah. Like what Yaya said, nowadays the generation, like if you're a wing player, you don't just have to be a wing player. Yeah. You should be a fullback player.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what the clubs are looking for. If you are a wing player, and then whenever the ball goes back, you don't, go
Right
back
back,
to
yeah.
fight for the ball. It's very hard for you to be signed by these clubs. And Yankuba Minde is that kind of player who normally
Help the defenders.
help the defenders and then help the forward.
Exactly.
So with him and then the Adingra's case, last year the talk was too much, and then people were saying, okay, they are fighting Yankuba Minde. Yes, they will fight because they want to maintain their position.
Exactly.
But Yankuba Minde, did what he's supposed to do, and then he fought back, and then right now he's on top of the
And mind you, don't be surprised if bigger clubs come knocking the door, because like right now most clubs are looking for facility players, and Minte gives you that. So Minte, anywhere you play him in the pitch, he will give you 100%. So that's what I love.
Currently, he is the most energetic player in the English Premier League, especially last
We are
season.
not surprised.
He was one of the
he's
most
from
energetic
Gambia
players because the distance he covered, I think he's one of the top distance covered players in the English Premier League. So all those stuff counts in football because if you are a footballer, you must be hungry, both like defensive duties and offensive duties. So obviously, Yankuba Minte have 100% in that aspect.
And this is what even we want to see. We want to see so many Gambian players playing in the top clubs.
Yeah.
In England, in Spain, in Italy. We don't want to just see them playing in these lower leagues, but we want to see them play in these top leagues.
But I think that is promising now because even this month, we have a bunch of players who sign in the Europe leagues, although it's not in the English Premier League or the Bundesliga, but we have a bunch of players from our national leagues here to the Europe.
And I think
that is also is a good sign.
We want to see them competing in the higher levels.
High level, yeah, exactly.
Like what Minte is right now doing. He's competing in the top league.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure Minte is going to serve as a motivation for others.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. We come to Romania, where Sirif Sinan was the hero of the night for FC Cluj, heading home in the 96 minutes to seal a 1-0 victory over Lugano. That results in Cluj through to the final round of the UEFA Europa League qualifiers. Sirif Sinan also is making wave in Europe. He is currently playing at FC Cluj, that is the Romanian top tiers club that is competing for the to compete for the Europa League qualification, which is very rare for you to see the Gambians play in those kind of competitions. But Sirif Sinan is part of the players who are at least earning to play for the Europa League competition, and we all know Europa League competition how it is. It's one of the second best European football in the world. So obviously that one also is a good sign to the Gambian football.
Yeah, like I said before, during my introductory statement, is that we need to see. This is what we want to see. We want to see our young boys doing well outside in the field of sports, especially football, and that is what they are doing currently. So seeing people like Sirif Sinan also making so much success in his club, it is promising, and then this is what we are praying for. We are praying for that. Let them continue rising. We want to see them in the big clubs also, not only on these small clubs, but we want to see them play for clubs like Manchester, Liverpool. We want to see them play for Real Madrid, Barcelona, and top clubs in Europe. Showcase their talent. Is good.
Yeah.
I don't want. I'm not here to dictate him what he should do, but at least he shouldn't also stick to the same players that he
exactly.
always call
For over years.
That's where I want to come in.
And also, he should also keep eye on these local leagues.
Yeah.
We have some good players.
Our National Division 1 league and the other
so that
leagues.
we can start calling up some of those players.
Yeah.
Many of them can play.
Correct.
Maybe you would not compare our league to other leagues, in terms of professionalism, but we still have good players here. Some of our good players, they started here. People like Musa Baro,
Minte,
Madamosi, Kinte, all those people started here. Adama Bojang and the likes. Those people, they started in our local leagues here. And now they are rising in other part of the world in football. So we will still give him room for improvement, but he needs to start bringing these young players so that he can start nurturing and grooming them in the team. But you cannot wait, you don't call people until they are aging and then you want to call them in the team also. It is not telling well. So he should consider all this.
Yeah, but Amosi also is playing for the same club, top tier club. but he didn't feature in that game. Currently, Badamosi is struggling for his form. And he's one of our best strikers in this country. What is your say about that? Like, is it promising to our striking force, or like, do we have any more promising players ahead also? Because we all know his quality.
Yeah, I would say Baramusi, to replace him, it will be very hard because looking at his physique, he's that tall giant guy, and then he's powerful also in the front of the goal. But still now we have other strikers who are promising. We have the likes of Adama Bojang and many others.
Yeah.
And then in fact the other guy, is it that CDB?
Adama Sidibe.
Yes.
Yeah.
All those people are promising strikers.
They're all good
You understand?
strikers, yeah.
So for me, if I am the coach, I will not put all my eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
I will not rely on only a particular player.
Yeah.
Because players, their current standard can differ. You know,
Yeah.
you can have a good form right now, and then the next day you will not
You'll
have good
flop,
form.
yeah.
Maybe you can even come under injury. No one knows.
Yeah,
We are not praying for anything.
For example, that's what happens to Asan Sise, currently Torres,
Yes.
because we were relying on him much. But unfortunately, this previous years he's not delivering because he's not even playing. So obviously, if we said we will focus on only such kind of players, in the end, if something happens, it will disturb the country.
Yeah, that is the danger of relying on
Only one player.
person.
Yeah, exactly.
Like only one player. You should have a lot of choices. We have so many players outside now.
Yeah.
We have a lot of players here. We have over 600 players outside. You understand?
And that's why now Jonathan need to peel his eyes, because relying on one striker, like a country like the Gambia, I don't think so. Looking at Adama Bojang, I think he deserves a chance this season. No matter what, this national call-up, I think Adama deserves a chance. And Jonathan should at least call him and use him with it, because right now Badamusi is not playing regularly, who was a very good player and even now a very good bowler. Yeah. So Adama Bojang, and we have a lot of them. Jibril Silla, and we have Ali Sow. So since Torres, we hardly see a very good striker here. Yeah. So, and I think he need to work on those areas too.
Yeah, just look at our neighbors, Senegal. You know, every year you see them bring new players.
New players from their junior level, from their under 20.
You can even see that their friendly match against England, the way they played. You know, even myself, I was surprised.
Yeah, exactly.
I have never expected Senegalese current team will play.
And people were saying that it's just a friendly game, but that game was very tense.
Yeah.
It's not only a friendly game, but those games, they count in the FIFA ranking. So obviously it's not only a friendly game, but it counts something ahead. So Senegalese, they deserve that win, because I watched the game, full game. They played, they overcome the England squad, and they played. Hadn't been that it's only a friendly game, England wouldn't play those kind of players, the like of Harry Kane, and the other big name players in the England team.
One thing also, like, if you are bringing these young players, to me, most of these young players, they have that eagerness to win.
Yeah.
Like they want to also
show themselves off.
Yeah, they want to sell themselves.
Yeah.
You know. So because that Senegalese team, we've seen that people like Sadio Mane didn't come.
Yeah.
But still now they perform.
They perform very well.
That's why relying on a particular player, it's not
favorable.
It's not promising.
Yeah.
Like you can have your star. It's very good to have somebody who
will be dictating the game.
Exactly.
Yeah. The responsibility.
Exactly. For instance, Senegal, anytime Sadio want to play, the opponents, maybe they'll be feel panic.
Exactly. Yeah, because he's a threat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you need to have those kind of players in your team also. But don't rely on a particular player to succeed.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of strikers who are good, who can replace Badamosi, but still now Badamosi is young. It's not. Badamosi is not.
Yeah, it's young. I think he's 27. Badamosi is 27.
And he still deserves to play in the national team.
He's powerful. He's that powerful striker.
Yeah.
Like nowadays also you have to look at the physique of players.
Yeah.
Like if you want to be a striker,
you have to be physical.
Yeah. Also.
Yeah.
Understand? But you cannot be that small guy.
No, there are two
powerful.
There are two departments in football. They must need a physique.
Yeah.
The defense line and the forward right?
Yeah, and then the height also is very
exactly.
But Mose is a fantastic boy. He has the height, the physique, and the scoring mentality.
And also is there.
Exactly. Yeah, coming into the transfers, because currently the transfer windows are still in progress, and the Gambian players also are in their busy eras, signing in and out from this club to the other club. Most of our players, we all know. Jody Bilal Danso, that is our national team goalkeeper, our promising young goalkeeper of Girona, Spain. We all know Girona is not a small team in Spain. It's one of the most decorated team in Spain come last season because they finished in 4th position or something like that. They played in the UEFA Champions League. This for the Bilal Danso is playing for that Girona. He extended his contract with the Spanish La Liga club until 2028. It's a promising thing to the national team because he's a Gambian and he's playing for the Spanish top tier club, that is Girona. He currently extended his contract. Will it be a moral boost to the young player or is not favorite to him?
Yeah, that's a good contract for him, because that is what every player is yearning for, to sign a contract with a top club.
Yeah.
You understand? And as you just mentioned, Girona is not that small club. It's a big club. Yeah. So for him to go and sign that contract with them, I think it is promising and it's right step in the right direction.
And he is still young. For the Bilal Danso.
And I think he was called up during the Equatorial Guinea game.
Exactly, yeah.
And he deserved it because like playing in Girona, a Spanish La Liga team, is something huge.
Yeah.
And we expect more of Gambian players in those areas.
Yeah.
And I think he will solely establish himself as a number 1 starter and to Girona and here in the national team too, hopefully.
Yeah, coming into the Gambian players, like Real de Banjul forward, Suebu Kebe, the 18-year-old striker from Real de Banjul, has completed a loan move to Swedish side Hammarby. Hammarby is not a small club in Sweden. It's the former club of one of the most successful striker in the Gambia here. Suebu Kebe is following the footsteps. Like in the Gambian GFF League here, Suebu Kebe was one of the most instrumental players in the Gambia here come this season, the 1st division. He is also part of the people who contributed to the success of Real de Banjul's award, this 2025 championship. So Suebu Kebe, he signed for the Swedish side as a loan player. What do you see in that? Is it promising to the Gambian players? Or like, is that club not okay for Suebu Kebe? Or where will you prefer Suebu Kebe to sign at?
Yeah, I think still now I would just stick to my words that this is what every player is praying for, to sign for clubs. And then as a young player also, it's not bad to start with these young clubs in Europe. I wouldn't even call them young clubs, but if you want to compare those clubs to clubs like Manchester, Liverpool, Chelsea, those are bigger clubs than those ones. But to start with those clubs in Europe is very good as a young player.
Yeah.
The more you start with these small clubs in the Europe and you start rising, that is good. But also one thing also is very dangerous is as a young player you just go straight to the bigger clubs. It's not bad for some players, but it's bad for some players.
But with determination, I think
why I say it's not bad for some players, some players is that people like Yamal, those people, he started straight with
bigger clubs, yeah.
But you have to look into one aspect also. Yamal was in the academic.
Yeah.
You understand? Had it been that Yamal was from the Gambia here, maybe he wouldn't start straight with Barcelona.
Yeah.
He will start with these small clubs.
Yeah.
So for our young players here, playing in our divisional leagues, signing club with these European small clubs, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's not bad for me.
Yeah,
I think the signing is good.
Yeah, with determination, I think even what you mentioned here, it can still possible because Yankuba Minte, he signed direct from the Gambia to Newcastle and they took him to loan at Feyenoord. But he delivered very well. That's what bring the results of him being in the Brighton team. So obviously, all they should follow the footsteps of Yankuba Minte of being those kind of players, because I think it's the fast way than being in the smaller teams. In the end, you will lose your form, or in the end, something may happen. We will never see you again. It has been happening occasionally to our Gambian players.
One thing our young boys or our young players who are signing these contracts, they should just try to maintain their consistency. Like if you are playing for these small clubs, you should do more. You have to do more, perform well, so that these big clubs, they can also start, going after you. You understand? But if you start with these small clubs, yeah, from the Gambia here, you went to Europe, you understand? You are there, you are earning your money, and then you start going other way, and then you start losing form. The club will end up selling you, or even they can
end up terminating your
contract,
contract.
and then you will be in trouble.
yeah.
Understand? So if you're in those kind of clubs, you have to perform like what Yankuba Minte did, because when he signed new contract with which club again?
Newcastle.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, before Newcastle.
Feyenoord.
Yes.
He signed it for Newcastle, and Newcastle took him to Feyenoord for loan.
No, before Newcastle even, I think he was playing for.
He was playing for
in Denmark.
Yes, in Denmark.
Obi Odense.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this is where Yankuba started to rise. You understand? Because when he went there, he didn't joke. He put every work to practice.
Exactly.
And then at the end, he's now playing for Brighton. And who knows his next contract?
Yeah.
Maybe his next contract.
It may be Liverpool, your team.
Liverpool. It can be Chelsea.
Yeah.
It can be even Barcelona or Real Madrid.
And he's fit to play in both teams.
Exactly.
All those teams,
Yeah.
mentioned teams, he's fit to play.
He's good.
Anywhere he played, he will deliver.
Yeah.
Because of the way of his playing.
Yeah.
Because he's always hungry when he's playing.
That's why I said our young boys should do more work in the practice, that they will be playing for the bigger
Clubs.
not club,
Yeah.
championship,
Yeah.
like the Premier League, the
La
La
Liga.
Liga, and then the Serie A. We want to see them play in those kind of
Exactly.
leagues.
Yeah.
But like this signing contract is not bad.
Yeah, so Ebukebe, from Real de Banjul to Hamabi.
I mean,
Sweden.
not a bad move for him. It's like what my boss just said. It's just somewhere that you can start to establish yourself, to showcase your talent. But mind you, one thing about Gambian players is it's hard to say, but like consistency is always our problem. Like what they said in Wolof, Danje Tela Doylo. Like you are from here, Real de Banjul, you sign your contract in Europe, then you say, wow, it's okay. Anything I do is fine. No.
Enough, yeah.
So consistency.
Yeah.
So
Continue your hard
show us
work.
that
Yeah.
you deserve to be there,
Exactly.
so that bigger teams will come knocking at your door. Just look at Minte.
Yeah.
Minte should serve as a perfect example
Yeah.
to these rising stars coming up.
Yeah.
So, and I think, and I just pray that his loan spell will just be turn out good for him. So we just expect more of these deals from Gambian players.
Yeah, Mamoudou Bajo has officially joined Serbian Giants Red Star Brigades from DAC 1904. The 13 million euro deal includes additional bonuses. Bajo signed a 4-year contract with an option for a 5th and will run until he will retain his jersey number 6. Mamoudou Bajo to Red Star Brigade, Serbian Giants. This Serbian Giants is competing in the European competitions consistently. They are competing in the Europa League. They are competing in the Champions League consistently. If they didn't qualify for the Champions League, expect them in the Europa League. This team is not a small team in Serbia. They were the reigning champions of Serbian League. So Mamoudou Bajo, is it a good sign for him, or he should still remain in his previous club?
Yeah, it will be very hard for me to say is whether it is bad or not bad, because maybe he also knows what is good for him, and then I know he also has somebody who advises him on what moves he should take.
But I think the club he signed for
Yeah,
is somehow ahead of his previous club when it comes to the normal competitions and the other stuff.
So
Yeah.
that's why I said he has somebody who advises him his moves. Understand? And that boy, with that boy, I have high hope in our midfield.
Very well.
Yeah. Because he's a baller.
Yeah.
He can play.
Like
He's
before,
a good midfielder.
before we always have Solmar. And now God bless us with Bayo.
Yeah.
They have similarity. I mean, the way he plays is good, and I think having him at the national team will be a huge booster for us.
Absolutely, because with this Bayo,
Bajo, yeah.
Mamoudou
Bajo.
Yeah, Bayo to me, Bayo can replace even Solman.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what most of the Gambians
They have the same characteristics.
are complaining. But so unfortunate, the coach still now he used Mahmoud Bajo. He used to play, but he's not regular like what we are expecting as the Gambians. That's what is disturbing our midfield as far as the Gambia football is concerned. Either him or Haruna Rashid Njai. But sometimes you will see a game whereby you will not see none of those players playing. You will see other people playing whom you know that you don't expect. So this Bajo and Rashid Njai playing in the middle of the Gambia, like what will be your this thing in that? Like what will you expect those people if they are in the middle of our team?
Yeah, it will be a very good combination. But one thing also we need to look into is that these are young players. Sometimes you can feature them, but also you need experienced player among them. You understand? Who can play alongside with them. You understand?
But Musa Baro can be in front of them, like Senegal, Pap Matar Sarr, Jeng,
but with Pap Matar Sarr, because he's young but he has experience.
Yeah.
Because he has been playing in
the highest league of football.
Yeah, that is his experience.
So, but with people like, I'm not saying Bajo and Rashid, they don't have experience. They have, but still they are young players.
Yeah.
So the coach can be calling them if they are fit. You understand? Can be calling them, to come and play for their nation, and they can be featured in the subsequent games. So to my take, I think
But what of those who are playing there are not contributing or they are not performing? Do you expect
And
that those people should still retain there?
I think Jonathan should start now believing in these young players. Because they have all the characteristics to represent us. Like what Maka said about experience. Yes, we might value experience, but now we need that energy in that pitch.
Exactly.
And I think Rashid, the combination of Rashid and Bajo will be fantastic for us. We need those people in one pitch. Let's try it and see.
Yeah.
Because you cannot just be maintaining the same legs.
Yeah, that's true.
So at least we need those young players coming up and showcasing themselves to the highest level of
maintain
football.
the same leg is not a problem. But what if they are not delivering? That is the question.
And looking at Bajo is delivering.
Yeah. No, the old legs. I mean, the old legs you were mentioning.
That's it.
To maintain those people whilst they are not delivering, it will make no sense.
Help us.
Yeah. So obviously you have to bring the fresh legs, those who will deliver.
I agree with your points, but the line that I'm taking is, for instance, you need players who can perform. That is fine.
Sure.
You need young players. But let's look at Real Madrid. Their midfield. You have young players there, but still now you have experienced players there. People like Modric were there. You understand? When Modric and
Toni
Kroos were there, these are experienced players.
Yeah.
Maybe in terms of energy, maybe you can even say these young boys, people like Kamavinga, you have
Adagula, Chouameni.
Yeah, those maybe you can say right now they have more energy than these players, people like Modric, but the experience. So that's why you need to have experienced players among these kids. You understand? Sometimes a game can come to a level that only experience can play there. You understand? So you need to have experience. Like you can have these midfielders, but also have an experienced midfielder among them who can play alongside with them, so that they can also start, getting used to like those kind of players. You understand? Or those kind of matches.
Yeah.
And in the future also, maybe before next year even, you can start bringing these two players.
Those experienced players are Abdoulaye Jallo and Musa Baro. They can assist them in the middle of the team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Whenever you have an experienced players playing alongside with these two boys, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the issue is like, you bring an experienced player who is not performing. That's bad.
Yeah.
Also, it is also dangerous also to bring these
youngsters
without experience. They need to have experience.
But I think the team and the league they are playing, I think experience-wise is they all get that, I think. Because looking at Bajo is a starter in his team and he's playing regularly, and I think he deserves to play in the national team.
No, he deserves to play in the national team. That's no doubt about
Sure.
that. All of them, they deserve to play in the national team. But the issue is the experience that I'm talking about. I'm taking Real Madrid as example.
As an example.
People like Chouameni, Kamavinga. These people played in the World Cup. You understand? They are young, but they played in
Different stages.
yeah, but still now their experience, you cannot compare their experience to that
But-
of Madrid and others.
Yeah, the issue
So
is
what I'm saying is, whenever you bring Rashid and Bajo,
Bajo.
at least have that experienced players like Musa Baro,
Musa Baro,
and
yeah.
then
Or
Abdullah
Jallow.
Jamanu. Yeah.
exactly to play
or even
alongside
Hamza
with them.
Bari. Yeah.
What I would not agree is to bring these two boys to play at a go. You understand? You need to have these experienced players who can play.
Either they use one of
Yeah.
them
Exactly.
together with
But
the senior players.
bringing them in the national team, I, fully supported that. They have to be featured because these are top midfielders, young midfielders that we have now, right now in the country. Rashid is good. He has the stamina and then he has the height. This Bajo also the same thing. He's young and then has the physique also.
Yeah.
So he fight. He's a fighter in
Sure.
the midfield. Yeah.
Yeah, we come to Turkey. Former BK Milan and Coli Stars forward Ibrahim Cisse has reportedly signed a 3-year deal with Samsunspor after impressing during a short trial. He is expected to be with the club on the 19 side with respects of promoting to the senior team. Ibrahim Cisse also signing to at Turkey, Samsunspor. Samsunspor also is not a small team in Turkey. Although we don't, maybe most of us, we don't recommend those teams in Turkey, but the team also is very consistent in the Turkish league, and I think that one also is promising to the Gambian football.
Absolutely, because one thing, whenever a player signs a contract with a club, one thing I look into is the level of their league. And Turkey, they have their league is professional.
Yeah, it's a professional
Yeah,
league.
you have
We have
some of these-
Galatasaray, we have
exactly. You have some of
Fenerbahce.
these big players who are playing in Turkey.
Players like Osimhen,
for-
now everybody is going to Turkey.
Yeah, for
Asensio and the
for
others.
us to have our Gambian players signing contract in Turkey, that's
It's promising at all.
It is,
Yeah.
it is an add-on.
Yeah.
To our sport here.
Yeah. Ibrahim Cisse to Turkey,
Like-
Samsunspor.
What I said before is signing is not the problem, but the consistency.
Yeah.
And I hope he will keep his consistency and establish himself as a starter.
Yeah.
So
As
and look
a first choice player, because currently
Obvious.
he will be going to hit their number on the 19.
good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, hopefully we'll see him play to the highest level of football.
Yeah, back in the Gambia here, the women's national team began their training today at the late Usman Saho football field in Old Yundum. They are preparing for their crucial final AFCON qualifiers in October against Kenya. Head coach Mariam Bomso is hoping to guide the team to their first ever African Cup of Nations, Women's Cup of Nations rather, appearance. The Scorpions advanced after a convincing 4-1 against Niger in previous round. Gambia national women team. They commenced their train just in this morning, today, together with their head coach Bomso.
Yeah, I think there's hope that maybe they will also perform as expected. We've seen that our female team has been facing a lot of challenges, in the previous years. But we have hope that maybe they will overcome those challenges. Yeah. One thing I am happy about women's football in this country is that we have more young girls playing now compared to before. Before we used to have young people, but we have more young people now playing in our women's
team,
division. You understand?
Exactly.
Compared to before, so that is promising because whenever you have this younger generation playing in your division, you can also have hope that you will have a better squad for your national team.
And in their previous games against Niger, they performed very extraordinarily because they defeated Niger 4 goals to 1, and that is promising. They delivered very well. Not only the results, but their deliverance was very excellent.
The only issue we have in this country here is many players, they don't have that support. You understand? And it's very, very hard, especially if you are a woman in this country and then you are playing. People
You don't have any support here.
People don't see football as women thing.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
What they see is this is a male sport.
Male sport, yeah. It's
Huh?
not for the women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
It's sometimes discouraging, Yeah.
which I disagree to.
Mm.
So if you're a woman in this country and then you want to take up football as your career,
Career, yeah.
understand?
Mm.
It's very, very tough because sometimes also you come under a lot of challenges.
Mm.
You face a lot of challenges. You don't have support. So these are issues. And then we know our leagues.
Mhm.
We don't have that support. Our teams, they struggle. You know, even playing these divisional games, they struggle because most of the time they are the one who are financing.
Okay, on an athletes front, the Gambians youths are flying in flag high in Algeria. 4 promising sprinters have qualified for the 200 meters final at ongoing African School Games. Amadou Sabali and Buba Bayo dominated the men's heats with time of 21.47 and 21.94 seconds respectively. There was also a medal success for the Gambian as Rohi Kamara clocked 56.60 seconds to the win bronze in the girls 400 meters, adding to the country's growing tally and signing a light on future stars in Gambian athletes. Finally, in Ukraine, second division Mohamed Job made his official debut for FC Chromatis as they are each out Neva 2-1 in their league opener. Moses Jaju was also part of the winning team. A busy week for the Gambian sport and promising signs both on pitch and on the track. More updates coming, and we will draw the curtain here. Thank you very much, viewers. Mr. Ba, you can just say goodbye to the viewers.
Well, thank you very much, viewers. It was an honor to be here with my boss, Kausu, and Mr. Maka. See you next time. Thank you.
Mr. Maka, your final words towards the viewers.
Yeah, thank you for your company, and then do keep joining us every Monday, and then we'll be coming live to give you insightful analysis on sports, football, basketball, martial arts, boxing, you name it, even wrestling. So till we meet again, my name is Adam Makasuba.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Makasuba and Mr. Ba. I will draw the curtain here. We'll be back next Monday, and stay tuned and enjoy our subsequent programs. I am your host, Kausu Dafe, once again. Thank you.